Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. TheRockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Hello and welcome, Martensville Mixed Doubles, Aly Jenkins Classic, or Aly Jenkins Memorial. I'm sure it'll be a classic one day, though, because this spiel has really cemented itself in the calendar as a premier mixed doubles event. My name's Rory McCusker, operating cameras and keeping you company. With me is Terry Corbin. What's going on, Terry?
Not much. Just looking forward to a really good game. There's so much curling on this weekend. I just can't get enough of it.
Yeah, we're into that time of year.
Yeah, just trying to catch, some of the trials and then there's some curling here in Ontario that I'm trying to watch, and then this I'm trying to watch. So yeah, it's been great.
Just getting my camera set up. I'll give the audience either end here as we get going. Forgot to reset my cameras from the last one, so not a ton of production this weekend. Just focusing on one or two games. Why is this guy so bright? This is just kind of part of the fun of having all these different cameras on different sheets. Sometimes they get a little wonky. You don't quite know why.
Yeah.
Terry was a emergency call-up commentator today. Jim Nix scored himself some trials tickets, so can't be coming between Jim and a good time at the trials. Thanks for stepping in, Terry.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, and I don't blame Jim, especially when it's in your home province.
No, that's the one they all play for. The Canadian Olympic Curling Trials. You got to think that's the highest quality tournament in the world. Used to be. At this point, there's such strong international teams. Yeah, maybe a world championship or the Olympic competition is now the strongest strength of field of an international event. But still, that Canadian trials, those are some high quality teams duking it out, and it means a lot to them. You can tell.
Yeah, you sure can, and just some real good highlight reel shots been made in one day, so they'll continue. I know they struggled with the ice last night, but I watched a little bit of this morning, and just ice conditions look perfect. Speaking of perfect, that looks pretty good. That last shot by the Polish duo.
Yeah, we're gonna take a crack at pronouncing their name here. I actually haven't seen them play before. We got Augustyniak, well, something around there, and then Walczak. Those actually sound like some Saskatchewan names. I'm sure the Saskatchewan audience would, familiar more with the kind of Eastern European names. But yeah, that's the Polish, representative. I bet they'll be in Kelowna.
Yeah,
I actually should look that up. All right.
This is the
We
Swiss
got the cameras
duo.
figured out.
Yeah, this is the Swiss duo throwing red rocks here.
No, this is the poles. And now I got to figure out who has hammer. In the meantime, there we go.
Well, that's right. There they are, red.
That looks like. There we go. And I think. There we go. So fairly normal mixed doubles end. Everyone's attacking the center line. Just playing taps, freezes, tap and rolls. That seems to be the name of the game.
That yellow one looks pretty well situated right now.
Great sweep there,
Yeah.
Martin Rios. I've watched him pop up and make a ton of really good sweeps on his own rocks. He's very, very skilled at that. Not just in the powerful context, but a very good judge, it would seem, as well.
Yeah.
Have you done much games this weekend, Terry? Watched much
No.
of the doubles?
No, I haven't done any games in terms of the online commentary, but I have popped in just to watch a few of the games.
Yeah. What I've noticed this weekend in Martensville, lots of big swing at the end of the shot. That's normal. James Gordon, ice maker. He's studied ice making for quite a few years now. Become one of the premier guys. And he creates a lot of curl on the ice while maintaining speed. A characteristic this weekend, though, at the middle of the game, we do see the draw weight come down a little bit. It surprises the players sometimes. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Making sure to adjust to that draw weight.
Yeah, as the games progressed through the round robin, I thought there was more curl in just the games I watched.
Now, I hope I didn't get the rocks wrong here, and this is the second last shot. This very well could be the final stone of the end. Sorry, operator, a little distracted to start this one out.
Understood.
I think that's the fourth thrown stone of the end, which would mean we have the female throwing the middle three.
Wow, yeah, that's different, given most of the teams have the female throwing 1 and 5.
Yeah, admittedly, I don't know the exact percentage of what teams go which way. I know Tori Kawana and Go Aoki this morning have that arrangement. And I also understand, I'm not the best mixed doubles kind of guy, but I understand that each end you can switch the throwing order if you so choose.
Correct.
Yeah. And, that's just something I don't see people do very often, but why not? Like,
I know.
Let's say you're playing a video game, or let's say your coach, like this is a different sport where a coach or a manager, like baseball, for example, are making that decision for you. They're telling where to go where. You'd think in that situation, they would switch around a lot more often. But since these players are kind of self-coached, like they're making their own decisions out there, you just never see them do it.
Yeah, and you'd think you'd see more. This looks really good. I thought it was by, but what you see a lot more, or I would think you'd see a lot more teams kind of make that little adjustment based on maybe score, even. Like you would just think that there's factors involved that would cause you to think that it might be advantageous. But
yeah, that's what I'm getting at, Terry, for sure. Like it's just you don't even hear them talk about it or consider it.
I know.
Maybe in the evolution of this very young discipline, we will see a little more of that. Not saying it's right or wrong, but that's kind of my perspective. I'm not an expert in mixed doubles, and like most curlers, I watch it and I understand it exists, and I watch the nationals and the Olympics and such. But
Yeah. Me too.
You know, haven't been exposed that much to it. There's definitely some ins and outs that are different and important to understand. Let's just see here.
I just gonna say, it'll be interesting to see whether, given the lineup that, that's a
think yellow's shot on the top left of the button there.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they might even.
So this is a situation where red's not going to score. So how do you mitigate damage here? How do you make it as hard as possible to score multiple for yellows? And they've decided on an intern nose tap, which I think I would agree with.
That's an interesting concept too, having the female watch from behind the rock, not in the house. That didn't curl enough.
Now, did it tap it so it's not second shot anymore, though? I don't think it did. Let's get right in there.
Yeah, I don't think it did either.
Ooh, it did change things up, Jerry.
Yeah, close, man.
That shadow from the red rock's making it really difficult to see. Brighten up a bit. You know, it's close enough for these two to not be totally sure. Now, my camera is slightly behind the tee line.
Yeah.
I think it's about back 4-ish. So that'll influence. We can see more of the face of the yellow than the red. I think it's still yellow, Terry.
Yeah, I might disagree with you now that you told me where the camera is.
Well, that's how we know it's real close.
Yeah. Because they're looking at moving it.
Yeah, last rock at the end here for Perret and Rios.
But I guess why wouldn't you just tap the yellow, make the yellow combination there on the left-hand side as we
on the out turn side? Well, if you think it's shot already, this is a draw for 3, though, Terry. So
that's right. That's what I mean. Like if it was just for 2, like why wouldn't you just do that? It looks like it could be for 3.
She seems to want, like, was that ice for a soft weight hit and roll? Yeah. No, they got to be drawing for sure.
Well, they called the hit and roll, I think. But I'm with you. Yeah. If it's for 3,
it's whatever your preference is. I'd be drawing all day, but you gotta consider in mixed doubles you don't have 2 sweepers whose only job it is, right? So that is a major difference in the game as well.
Yeah.
But I gotta assume our audience is not here to talk about differences in the game. That's just kind of my perspective.
Well, it's not
draw here.
Doesn't look like it's straight draw. It looks like it is a little hit and roll.
Just an easy sweep.
Look at this. Look at that.
Well, that's a way to make sure, Terry. Now there's no doubt 3 yellow. Really strong first end from the very experienced Swiss duo, Perret and Rios. We'll be back in Martensville after this.
Hey, Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again? Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock.
Yeah, they don't.
Here we go. Hog line in. Kind of confusing angle there. Sorry, folks, but oh man. Just trying to get a grip on the crazy horse that is this camera. Really strong end from Perret and Rios. And then number 1, take a 3-0 lead, which I was going to say commanding 3-0 lead, but I don't even think in mixed doubles that's very get backable.
Just looking up the Webster Dictionary, get backable.
No, that'll be one of many made-up terms. Okay. What are you going to do here? Oh, my God. Fighting this camera pretty hard, folks.
Yeah. Well, while you figure it out, I'm going to say you're absolutely correct. There's no safe lead.
Little chap off the guard, which is A-okay for the team with hammer. Totally acceptable miss. That's one of the advantages to playing around a center guard with hammer. If you chip it, no big deal. If you don't have hammer, if you chip it, you've made a move for the opponent.
But they don't play the center line. Like you can't chip it off.
Apparently not, Terry.
I
guess we would have seen.
Because I was just thinking, okay, so why aren't they putting that back? But they must not play that. Yeah, it's amazing for 6 rocks how many big ends you can see in mixed doubles.
Good controlling stone. Top of the forefoot. Slightly Christmas treed. I bet that's right about where they would have placed it if they could have.
Yeah. Yes.
Might have shown just a little bit of shot rock, but it's going to take a challenging draw from the Polish team.
Well, and I think they were actually looking to come around and get to the nose and possibly move that yellow rock. But this is all over the guard. Now this one might be going back. Yeah. Oh,
no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, 5. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I was counting. I was thinking that was the 5th, but it's not. It's the 6th.
So again, not a total miss, but that's the second rock in a row where they haven't put it where they wanted or needed to.
Yeah.
That'll catch up to you quick in mixed doubles.
Yeah.
Now Martin's going to be able to make the guard even better. Yeah. Nice and low. Covering more of the shot stone. And that way, even if red makes a freeze on the in-turn side, Perret and Rios will have a pretty straightforward out-turn tap. So looking pretty good to be yellow right now.
Now you say this team is fairly experienced at the mixed doubles competitions.
Yeah, for sure. This is one of the oldest, most storied teams.
Oh, is that right? Okay, cool.
They came out of right when this discipline came around. I think they were, I don't know how many world championships they've won. They've been a name in mixed doubles ever since the discipline began.
Wow. Probably overcurled a tad bit.
Yeah, overcurled a bit. Resetting a guard on swingy ice with only one sweeper is very difficult. The only way you can save a guard from overcurling is to pound it in the first, third or half of the journey. And for that exact part of the journey, the person who threw it is still getting up and getting their broom ready to come sweep. You basically need your partner in the house to call line. It's a more challenging shot, for sure. Oh. Well, it's that same in-turn draw. I haven't quite been able to make it work. Let's see if third time's the charm.
it's really curling. We're gonna get
Yeah,
the
that
top
wasn't really
one.
draw weight either.
Yeah.
Okay, got a tap. Got a red stone in the top of the house. I think they're going to take it for now.
Yeah, I think so too.
As of right now, there's a shot for 2.
I think you can definitely get to that red one nose and tap it to the 4 foot to the button. So I'll be interested to see what the call is here.
Yeah, we'll see where he sweeps it. I think in the house or a guard, I think you're accomplishing more or less the same thing. Just want to limit any kind of damage. You're okay with red scoring for sure.
Looks
It doesn't
warm.
feel like a steal scenario.
Well, there it goes. It's cutting over and slowing down. Yeah, I think you just wanted to take away that. That's pretty good. Now the run's available. Pretty thin. I mean, I guess if you don't throw this, the Swiss team's got that out turn draw as well. So it's, I guess, just a matter of, what you want to do here. Is that you want to take on a little bit of risk, or you just want to, they're taking on the risk by the looks of it. Want to hit about a quarter to a half. Not
Trying to make some noise in the rings. Doesn't quite work out. Here's the bonus, though. Red does trickle into the rings, mostly covered. Kind of a good spot for the shooter, but they were hoping to make some noise down the middle, and that didn't quite happen.
I think you take this on trying to get to the nose of that red, do you not?
Yeah, I guess so. If you take away any kind of hit down the middle, is there a run or something tricky on the outside reds? I don't think there is. I think you can fairly safely take away the red runner and be happy with that. What's easier, getting to the 4 foot or setting a guard out in front? I would think setting a guard out in front.
I would too.
If you really needed to steal, I think you got to come right down to your own. But up 3, trying to defend against the big one. Yeah, where Martin's tapping his broom is probably the perfect spot.
Yeah.
You'd hate to jiggle things up and leave a double.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a good rock back there in the back of the button. So that's making things a little less scary for them right now. Because right now, 2, 3, and 4 being red would normally be quite frightening. But that straight red run back, I think, scores 3. You lose the back, yellow and red, and you count the runner, your shooter, and the rock in the side of the 12 foot. So you got to take that away one way or the other if you're yellow. Perret and Rios, last rock in the second end. Excuse the scoreboard. Comes a shade deep.
Yeah.
I think the angles still work out for them.
It does.
That was the scary part of that shot, though.
Yeah.
I think she kept her shooter just barely enough on the nose that even with a run back, even with a straight hit, I don't think that back yellow is going anywhere. I think it's jamming straight on.
Yeah, it is.
I think you bang it anyway, Terry. See what happens.
Do you?
Well, you might. What's the risk? You might scoot that middle yellow somewhere outside of the 8 foot, and you might count 2 that way. I think you just blast this on the nose. You're only scoring 1 anyway if you draw, so hammer it on the nose, see what happens. That's my take.
Pretty, I mean, that's pretty paper thin there to get by the red to get it nose. I mean, you might want to. I think the tendency would be to make sure you were a little bit wide, and then I don't think you get anything out of it.
Down 3, I feel like I would just give it a whirl anyway.
I'd be so inclined to tap that red.
Just for 1?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to keep them obviously from scoring a bunch.
No, last rock of the end here. A little bit of discussion. To score a single point. Last rock thrower, Walczak. Looks like he's on Venus with my super bright camera. Line looks good.
Got a curl. Ooh,
okay. Doesn't quite get to the inside. It will be a steal of 1. And Perret and Rios keep on rolling here in Martensville. It'll be Augustyniak and Walczak of Poland. I'll try to stop the bleeding in the second, or the third, when we return from the second.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Here we are, third end. It's been a bit of a hurricane, Perret and Rios hurricane. Lots of yellows in play, looking really good each end. It was actually a pretty good shot to just force to 1. Thought red might have been able to score, but I think they're pretty happy escaping that with only a steal of 1.
Yeah, I'd like to get this over, but not going to happen. So for those who don't know, the Aly Jenkins, we call it the memorial. You're from Saskatchewan, are you not, Rory?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am.
Yeah, she was a well-known Saskatchewan curler, and she kind of had I'm going to call it tragic death. She was only like 30, 31 years old when it happened. It was it was it was from. Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say it rose during the birth of her third child.
Yeah, and I mean that's I'm not going to pretend that I knew her that well, but she was a great curler, very well respected at one of the peaks of her career, playing on a very good team.
Yeah,
it was it was a positive thing in a way when this Aly Jenkins memorial came around. It's just the power of curling, the spirit of curling. Felt very good to see people come together. That's what I'll say about that. Don't want to speak too much on something I don't really know too much about, but the event itself has become a total staple. Teams from all over the world and really good teams as well every year coming to the Aly Jenkins.
Yeah, she played with Sherry Anderson.
There we go. Okay, shoddy camera work aside, I think I fixed my brightness issue. Just in time to see the second stone, the team with hammer, come into the rings.
Gotta go. Yeah, this is going to end up just a tad bit short.
Now, that rock still had about 4 feet of distance left. I'm trying to figure out why he stopped
Gave
sweeping.
up on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you could have dragged that another inch or two, and that might be the difference. But, red with 3 rocks in the rings. That's the important bit. 2 yellow rocks occupy the button area and shot rock. That's an important bit as well. So it's game on here. Perret and Rios need to make a choice on if they're satisfied with how their rocks are sitting in the center of the scoring area or if they need to make an adjustment. I think that's what the discussion is right now. Are we happy with where these reds and yellows are, or do we need to adjust it? Because if they're happy, nothing wrong with throwing one up top. Might be a little early for that. Whenever you throw an early guard and you think you have it made, this applies to 4-person curling as well. Sometimes that thing ends up helping your opponent by the end of it. So
that's right.
Usually you want to err on coming into the rings this early in the end. That's about where I thought. Now this way you can be a little heavy as long as you get good angle positioning on that red. You can give it a little tap. Also in a position where light is not going to kill you either. So surprise, surprise, Perret and Rios sitting pretty good once again here in the third.
You got that well out there, that's for sure. There goes the curl. Wow. Wow, this thing's just going sideways.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about that call, though. You can you can miss it all sorts of ways and still make the shot. That's what happens when you nail your first 2 shots at the end and get a few half makes out of your opponents. All of a sudden, you're in the driver's seat and there's not too many rocks to answer.
Yeah, that first rock of the end can really kind of seal the deal right away.
Should be said, I'm a casual observer of mixed doubles. No expert by any means. The mixed doubles tours, they don't really combine with other events very well. So sometimes you have men's and women's events or like a junior event running alongside a 4-person event. Mixed doubles, definitely the tour seems like it's on its own little island.
Yeah.
Unless you make a concerted effort to pay attention to it, I don't come across these events very often.
Ooh.
On the guard once again. We saw a lot of that in the second end, Terry, and it's getting a little too late on the scoreboard to tolerate those kinds of mistakes.
Yeah.
Obviously, with hammer, removing guards is often a good thing. But there comes a point where you got to make what was called.
Yeah, and they were sweeping that right out of her hand too. That like he was down on the broom right out of her hand all the way to the crashing of the guard.
So, replacement here for Rios. His team up 4 points in the third end with 2 rocks remaining per team. Getting to the point where the guard and pray strategy is working out for him so far. I agree with the call. I think the 2 yellows and the 4-foot are looking quite good. They made the sort of play for positioning on the top red. There is no kind of direct run back. They might try that intern again. But they took away the easier shot. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Looks like she's lining up that same big weight intern run back.
Yeah, this one looks like it's
Well, it's hitting
floating.
something. It's close.
Yeah, it's going to hit something. It's floating, though.
Oh, really not that bad. She was really close to making
Close,
contact.
yeah.
The body language on that one made it feel like it was completely missed the whole way down. I feel like a little carve sweep could have had a bit of an effect on that, but I'm seeing surrender on the body language of the Polish pair, if I may say so.
Yeah. They look pretty disheartened there, and Yellow's in a great situation here now to score again.
Yeah, I mean, if Yellow doesn't throw, it's going to be tough for Red to score anyway. So this could really seal up a steal of 1 or maybe even 2. Yeah, that's exactly how I would throw this guard. Nice and wide, lots of rotation. Give Martin a chance to finish it if needed, but as long as you're as in the way of the intern path as possible. Little chip off the guard. Let's take a look from the straight on.
Yeah,
I think
perfect.
that did the trick. Don't think you could throw enough weight to move it on the intern, get around everything, and stick around. So, yeah, another bash back. This could work out real good. It's for 1 for sure. Yeah, the yellow probably spins off of the red in the back 4 as it exits the rings. Probably just for 1.
Yeah, might as well try and just the straight draw. No, oh, you're not getting there on the draw either. I don't know what they've decided. I'm thinking they're trying to run that into the pile. Are they not? You're playing the out turn, so maybe they are playing the draw. They're conceding 1 if they're playing this out turn draw, I would think.
They might be able to get a piece of the button yet and just give up 1.
Yeah.
I'll follow it from the overhead the whole way down. Looks like really close weight.
Wow.
What a clutch shot.
Yeah.
Give up a steal of 1. Draw to the side of the button.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful, beautiful throw from Augustyniak. Keeps the score somewhat, keeps them in the game, that's for sure. It's a 5-0 lead as we head to the 4th.
Hey, Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again? Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
Yeah.
Welcome back, fourth end. Score says 5-0, but it hasn't been boring. It's been a pretty exciting 5-0 so far.
And we got the power play on.
All right, which allows me to use our patented power play graphic. We don't have Schmel to call it out, but it is the super crazy awesome power play. We'll see what this first rock is. It's always interesting to me. Okay, so they attempted what looks like either a tick or just a straight draw.
Yeah, but it looks.
Not sure what happened to that one.
It looked to me
Going
like
red to freely draw behind the guard.
Yeah.
All right, 2 rocks stacked in there. The draw weight for Augustyniak has been stellar. Just these last 2 shots, I guess I should say, but 2 really good ones right when they needed it.
So I believe you're still at that point where you cannot remove a rock. So I'm gonna say they're chipping this in. The yellow?
Yeah, it looks like the bunt, I've been calling it. Bunting that.
I like that.
To the center line or into the rings is perfect, right? It's your own stone.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, looks like they might even be coming right around. No,
really well executed. Gets that rock out of the way. Gets a shot stone in the rings. Rios.
Throw up the corner guard again.
You would think so. Make that corner guard now red in color. So the bunch shot isn't there, and if you have to run it in later, it's your own stone.
Just I want to make sure it just doesn't over curl. Yep.
Another pinpoint draw. We were talking about it earlier, Terry. I mean, should they put the better draw weight throwing first and last? Like, is that switch worth considering?
Yeah, so true.
Especially down 5 in an elimination game, I would think, why not?
I was just going to say, does the question become, why wouldn't you try something different?
Well, we're just seeing this draw weight from Augustyniak. That's usually what you want at your first and last rock throw in mixed doubles.
There's some heat on this baby.
Well, tried to make some noise. Instead, just gets rid of the guard and rolls out. That's good. Good to throw that heavy. That way, if you miss the run back, at least your shooter's going to roll somewhere.
Yeah, the good news is red is sitting 2-3, so we're going to try and replace this one more time. Three real good rocks. Very nice. I guess they're really not afraid of the jam.
Was able to see a bit of the reds. Oh, you got to get rid of at least one of them, though. Wow.
Did,
look at that result.
I know.
Yellow shot 2. Perfect weight. Perfect throw through the port. Martin Rios. That was incredible.
Yeah, going behind that corner now, it's like, what, to sit one?
Yeah, I think you got to either freeze to a yellow or hit and roll on something. You got to keep the dream alive of counting that.
I think you do, yeah.
Because right now there's no double to stick.
No.
Could freeze to the back one. Even tap it.
Tap it, yeah.
A few inches, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to move it far, man.
Or do I have my rock count wrong here? No, I think we're good. Yeah, so do something with a yellow. Get your red in a position where it's difficult to remove. The red on the wing is not an easy hit. I think you got to consider that fairly buried. I think it's a freeze tap on the back one. Hopefully there's some kind of double on your next one.
Yeah.
If you don't think there will be, I think you have to hit and roll. And if you're okay with taking 2, right, that's the call. You could hit and roll on the yellow, but I don't think you are okay with 2 is the problem.
So what did they decide on here?
Augustyniak and Walczak trying their hardest to stay in this game. It's a hit and roll. Gotta stick this shooter.
Oh,
it's just a lot of weight. It's just a lot of weight. Not so sure why they'd play that much. I don't think you needed much more than hacker board to make that shot. Maybe control at most.
Yeah.
But, pretty good shooting from Augustyniak, both on the last stone of the third end and all 3 of her shots in the fourth end. I thought she threw them quite well, made them pretty well.
Yeah.
It's just you're in a situation where you're down 5.
Yes, unfortunately.
So, just a draw to the rings where there will be no double. That's the order here for Perret and Rios. Pretty important this rock gets in the rings, though.
It's in the rings.
It's got to curl as well. You can't leave a double.
That's right.
Little more curl should do it. Got to get a little more.
Oh, yeah. I think
I
good enough.
Is it? That inside out, that in turn, that'll get around the guard pretty easy. I think the double's still there, Terry.
You got to try it. That's for sure. There's no question about that.
That's either a run back or you take it on with, as minimum weight as you can really get away with.
Yep.
Probably board-ish.
Yeah, I think that would be the call. Because I think you can still get to the nose. The nose catches that back one. Oh, yeah.
Well, shot of the game right here, potentially.
Yes, because it has the potential to be 3.
Walczak trying to keep his team in the mix here in Martensville. It's the semifinals of the Aly Jenkins Memorial. Got to curl a bit.
Yeah, a whole bunch.
Yeah, threw it fairly hard as well. Will it be enough to keep the shooter? And it's absolute disaster. Double jam. Goes from getting 3 to giving up 2. And that's going to be early shakes here on sheet 3. Terry, just seems like they couldn't hang with the big dogs today.
Yeah, and it's anything that they did have was a high degree of difficulty. And when you're faced with those kind of shots, I mean, you diminish the likelihood of execution. And they are down 7-0, and that's it.
Good man, Martin Rios, hanging the score to make sure the accurate reflection on curling zone. He's not trying to show up his opponent there. He's just, we've asked them to hang the scores like that.
Yeah.
I thought Martin had an incredible game, really well swept on his rocks, and they were just putting their stones in powerful positions. Too powerful to keep up with. Seemed like by the middle of the end, every end, it was Perret and Rios with the distinct advantage.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to do it for us in Martensville for the semifinal. We got the final coming up at 3 p.m. Central Time. We'll see you then. Have a good one, everyone.
Take care.